Ladies and gentlemen, countries have long used disarmament, arms control, and non-proliferation measures to support their national security objectives. Since the last decade, disarmament, arms control, and non-proliferation toolbox has actually expanded considerably. Oftentimes, arms control and disarmament measures are developed and implemented as part of conflict prevention and stabilization strategies. The illicit trade in small arms and light weapons has posed significant challenges to West African security and development for decades. The ECOWAS moratorium, as you know, and the ECOWAS convention have shown a strong level of national as well as regional commitments to address the issues. The outer space is an increasingly critical arena for modern military forces and new capabilities, creating the potentials for space assets to be targeted for either disruption or destruction. The uses of improvised explosive devices, IEDs in West Africa, continue to pose serious threats to security forces, multinational peace operations, and civilian livelihoods across our region. The biological sciences and biotechnology are also advancing rapidly, creating new opportunities to apply biology to address several societal challenges. However, same can also be applied for hostile purposes. These are some of the teasers, ladies and gentlemen, that in the next 2 days, this very important meeting will interrogate. And therefore, without wasting much of our time, I would like to now invite our dignitaries for the opening ceremony. His Excellency Ambassador Abdul Fattah Musa, the Commissioner, Political Affairs, Peace and Security of ECOWAS, the Director, United Nations Institute for Disarmament Research, Dr. Robin Rees, who is unavoidably absent. The representative of the Director is joining us online. These are the dignitaries, the two dignitaries that would deliver the opening statements. As you know, this is an inter-institutional collaboration between ECOWAS as well as UNIDIR to be able to deliver on some of the specific objectives of the items that I earlier highlighted. So at this point, I would like to invite the representative of the Director of UNIDIR to deliver the welcome statement. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Excellency Ambassador Musa, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning from Geneva. It is a great honor and a privilege to open this first ECOWAS UNIDIR regional seminar on disarmament and arms control with Ambassador Abdel Fattah Musa, Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security of ECOWAS. Thank you, Excellency, for blessing this event with your presence. And greetings and a warm welcome to all the participants in Abuja and also those joining us online. My name is Cécile Abtel and I'm the Deputy Director of UNIDIR. We at UNIDIR are extremely grateful to ECOWAS. First, to you, Excellency, as Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, and also to your colleagues, in particular those in the Small Arms Division, and notably to have requested at the end of last year to work with UNIDIR to prepare a regional seminar so as to consider pressing issues for the region and the world on disarmament, arms control, and security. UNIDIR greatly values its long-standing partnership with ECOWAS, in particular between ECOWAS' Small Arms Division and UNIDIR's conventional arms and ammunition program. UNIDIR's director Robin Geis, would have very much liked to join the event, but this was unfortunately not possible due to conflicting commitments. He has asked me to convey his warmest greetings, and I will now do my best to provide these opening remarks on his behalf. And I will also next provide some remarks in the first session on disarmament, arms control, and non-proliferation. This is UNIDIR's first hybrid regional seminar with an African regional economic community to involve all of UNIDIR's programs. We will be covering a range of issues, including those that were mentioned earlier, ranging from conventional weapons to outer space issues. And we hope that this signals the importance that we attach to our engagement with the ECOWAS Commission and ECOWAS member states too. We also hope that this marks just the first in a series of ECOWAS UNIDIR regional seminars on disarmament and arms control. We think that the region and the world will continue to need the analytical insights and recommendations for action that this dialogue will certainly produce. I know that ECOWAS and UNIDIR have put together a stimulating agenda for the next couple of days with excellent speakers that will be discussing issues such as: one, strengthening synergies between disarmament, development, and equality; two, tackling illicit arms trafficking; three, examining processes to facilitate the safe, secure, and sustainable use of space for all of humankind; four, countering the proliferation of improvised explosive devices, also known as EIDs. Then also developments in effort to prevent and prohibit the development and use of biological weapons. And finally, how to deal with a cyber incident. Together, great strides have been made between ECOWAS and UNIDIR to work towards strengthening weapons and ammunition management across the region to support the achievement of the objective of the ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms and Light Weapons, their ammunition and other related material. Cooperation is also in a strong position on efforts to counter the proliferation and use of improvised explosive devices, an issue you will hear more about later and which is becoming an increasing threat to countries and communities across the region. So I hope that this first regional seminar marks the start of a new phase of enhanced cooperation. And we also hope that the discussion you will be engaging in during the next 2 days can help with your own work towards sustainable peace, security, and development, as well as potentially fostering new areas for collaboration and further examination. I would like to underline the commitment and efforts of ECOWAS over the past years to bring the concept for a joint regional seminar to reality, and really to thank you for involving UNIDIR in this important initiative. We are extremely honored to be with you on this journey, and I know that we will all be trying as hard as possible to join the second such regional seminar next year, including Dr. Geis, our director. UNIDIR's participation in this seminar would not have been possible without the support of our generous donors, especially those providing unearmarked funding. It is such funding that makes our contribution towards initiatives such as this one possible. We would like also to thank GIZ for their support in the preparation of this seminar. And of course, importantly, this seminar would not be possible without everyone present here today, you, Excellency, and all of your colleagues, and also UNIDIR colleagues in the room, whether you're in person or also joining in virtually. You make these discussions possible through your attendance and your insightful and active participation. So with this, I very much look forward to and wish everyone 2 days filled with fruitful and engaging discussions. Thank you again, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, and I turn the floor back to you.
Thank you. That was the, the statement by the representative of the director of UNIDIR. Can we give UNIDIR another round of applause, please? At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency Ambassador Abdul Fattah Musa, the Commissioner Political Affairs, Peace and Security of ECOWAS, for his statement. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. You know, I can see so many familiar faces here. The Koulibaly is here. My sister Fia Kubu of the Ghana, you know, what is it, Commission on Small Arms, one colleagues, you know, and others. So I'm really very delighted, you know, to be here amongst you for this very important event. It's my pleasure, therefore, to welcome you all to the maiden edition of the ECOWAS UNIDIR Annual Regional Conference on Disarmament and Non-Proliferation. I wish to express, on behalf of the ECOWAS management, my profound appreciation to everyone present here, physically, and to our numerous virtual participants. This is a clear demonstration of the importance of the subject matter and the timeliness of hosting it in the ECOWAS region. I wish to personally thank Dr. Robin Gaze, the director of the United Nations Institute for Disarmament Research, UNIDIR, and members of his team, particularly the Conventional Arms and Ammunition Branch, for the effective collaboration with ECOWAS over the last 5 years. I wish also to acknowledge the continued support that our region, you know, gets within the framework of the weapons and ammunitions baseline assessment. That is the one, you know, BA, jointly concluded in 10 of our member states already. I must emphasize that the annual regional seminar on disarmament is another very important initiative that ECOWAS is jointly hosting with UNIDIR. And I am pleased that we are all gathered here to launch the maiden edition. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this conference constitutes one of the significant milestones for ECOWAS Commission in our drive towards establishing regional standards in arms and ammunition control, and by extension, effectively supporting our member states in controlling arms proliferation, thereby contributing to the enhancement of peace and security in the region. With the spirit of terrorist attacks, banditry, and kidnapping in parts of our region, the need for sustained effort towards reducing access to small arms and ammunition cannot be over, you know, emphasized. And, you know, at this stage, I just, you know, want to emphasize the role, you know, that terrorist groups, violent extremist groups are, you know, playing, using, you know, particularly improvised explosive devices as the weapon of convenience, you know, for them, and the need actually to control it. The coming ECOWAS summit in December will have counter-terrorism and you know, countering violent extremism as a major theme. And its purpose is actually to eradicate terrorism from our, you know, region. And in that respect, combating arms proliferation is very central, you know, to that, you know, effort as well. As the weapons of choice for the perpetrators of these crimes and criminality, visible effort must be seen at both national, regional, and global level in addressing the menace of arms and ammunition. And we are at the receiving end of, this arms proliferation crisis in the world. Hardly any West African country produces weapons, bar artisanal factories and then things like that. So about the producing countries and also the region, the consumer countries, and in the middle, the brokers, who ECOWAS is doing everything to combat, must all, come together, the producers, the consumers, and then, those people who are involved in the illicit racket, that spreads weapons of destruction across the region. With the entry into force of the Arms Trade Treaty in particular, and with 14 ratification of the ATT by ECOWAS member states out of the 15, it is an imperative that we have effective oversight on conventional arms and ammunition. In this regard, I wish to disclose that ECOWAS not only supported the national efforts at the ratification of the ATT, but it also coordinated the adoption of an ECOWAS model framework for the harmonization of national legislation to enable our member states to effectively implement both the ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms as well as the Armed Trade Treaty seamlessly. At this juncture, distinguished participants, I would like to underscore that the ECOWAS UNIDIR collaboration on the establishment of weapons and ammunition management baseline assessment has been impactful and has continued to yield commendable results in our member states. The assessments help in bringing out the realities relating to the current needs, capacities, and challenges of our member states with regards to the entire life cycle management of arms and ammunition. I'm optimistic that the recommendations in these BAs related gaps in legislative, administrative, and other procedural issues are currently being addressed by the states concerned. I am delighted also that this conference has drawn credible participation of key experts from principal institutions working on the subject matter from across the globe. We are talking about civil society organizations, colleagues from the United Nations system who are here present, including UNIDIR, and others. I can see some of my immediate former colleagues, also in the hall from the UN system. It is therefore my expectation that this maiden edition of the seminar and the subsequent ones in coming years will generate wide-ranging discussions dwelling on the diversity of thematic issues. It is also worthy of note that the overall focus of the annual seminar series is to have in-depth expert analysis and informed conversation pertinent to current global controls and standards on small arms and light weapons, ballistic missile, chemical, biological, and toxin weapons conventions. It is also to deal with other conventional arms, such as autonomous weapon systems, cluster munitions, and the peaceful uses of outer space, among others. Distinguished participants, as I bring my statement to conclusion, I would like to reiterate that our presence here demonstrates your unbridled commitment in moving the disarmament agenda forward. I want to reassure you that ECOWAS will continue to host this event and mobilize relevant technical and financial resources in support of this and similar initiatives to accompany our member states. I'm equally confident that our partnership with UNIDIR will continue to grow from strength to strength as we mainstream most of these initiatives into our regular budget with a view to expanding the scale of engagement to wider stakeholders. I wish to thank the management of UNIDIR once again for accepting to provide technical and financial support toward the successful hosting of this seminar. In the same vein, I wish to thank GIZ through ECOWAS project for accompanying also the process. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I wish to declare the maiden edition of the ECOWAS UNIDIR Annual Regional Seminar on Disarmament officially, open. I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have had the opening ceremony. We are now going into the first technical session.